Hey, what's up guys? It's Online Money 24/7 and today we're going to be talking about 3 stocks to watch for February 2018. So without further ado guys, let's go ahead and get into it. So the first stock for today is Facebook. Ticker symbol is FB. So Facebook, here we go. It is obviously, if you guys are not familiar with Facebook, it is a social media platform where people share pictures and lots of content. And the real business model there is they sell the attention. So they provide advertisers with information about people, and then the advertisers can then target their ads towards people and show them in their news feeds. So we have Facebook. They also own Instagram, massive social media platforms. Huge. They've been doing really well over the past 5 years in their growth because more and more people are getting online. More and more advertisers want to be doing digital advertisements in comparison to the old style of print advertisements. So Facebook is really at the forefront of that, along with Google as well. But Facebook really targets it within the social media aspect on Facebook and on Instagram. So one new thing that Facebook actually released, I think it was about last week, and this tanked the stock about 5%, was their new news feed. So their new news feed thing that they are releasing is that it will show more personal posts versus business page posts. However, the thing that a lot of people don't understand with this is that their advertisements will still be at the forefront. So for people that are paying money, Facebook is still going to be profiting a lot. However, there won't be as many organic page posts. So it's a little bit of a change, but it's going to keep people more and more engaged because they're going to see more of their friends and families posts, which is really the whole point of why people get on Facebook in the first place. For a lot of people, is they want to add their friends. So that's going to be really good for Facebook that they're reorganizing the news feed. As you can see here, the stock over the past year has done really well. You know, they are just killing it in the social media landscape. I mean, they own the biggest social platforms right now in the world. So as you can see there towards the end, at the beginning of January, the stock did dip a little bit in 5%, but since then, it has gone up quite a little bit, and it will continue to obviously rise because there's no reason Facebook would stop growing at this rate with the amount of profits they've been bringing in from their advertisers, and more advertisers wanting to advertise their products and services to people on social media, because that is really where Facebook has made a lot of their money, is through the advertising. You know, people paying hundreds upon thousands of dollars a day just to show their ads to multiple people. So that is really the business model behind Facebook and why it is a great stock for February 2018, really all of 2018. So let's go ahead and get into the second stock for this month. And this one is Take-Two Interactive. The ticker symbol is T2. So Take-Two, as you can see, they are a video game company. So if you guys are not familiar with Grand Theft Auto 5, they own that IP. They own the publishing company that they own the company that creates the games. So like Rockstar and stuff like that, they're an owner of that developer for the games. So they own Grand Theft Auto franchise, they also own BioShock, and they also own the NBA franchise, the games. So this is massive, and especially with the introduction of esports being more and more popular, Take-Two has kind of been a little bit in the second place there in comparison to Activision and Blizzard, where Activision and Blizzard has more of the esports type games. And if you guys aren't familiar with esports, it's, as you can see there in that arena, it's where professional players will play on a stage and verse the other team, and then a crowd of people will come to the event and be like, to watch them, you know, they want to sit there and watch them play the video games. So that is where esports has really risen over the past bit of years, and Take-Two is in the second spot, but they are still in that second spot, and they've been really doing well to try and integrate the NBA esports into their business model. Now, obviously, it's definitely not their biggest profit, and their biggest profit comes from just selling the games of Grand Theft Auto. I mean, Grand Theft Auto is like, if not one of the number one games, it's really up there in comparison to like Overwatch and what Activision and Blizzard's doing. Definitely Take-Two is up there at that second spot, and still a great investment for this year, especially because once they release another Grand Theft Auto in the future, which they inevitably will, that stock's just going to shoot up even more. Now, looking at the stock in the past year, they are up quite a bit, and really in the past 5 years, they've been up about 500%, which is insane in the past 5 years. It has slowed a bit in the past year, their growth rate, which is honestly a little bit better, because it's crazy when companies keep jumping at such a like high spike. It's a little sketchy for people, for a lot of investors to get into a company when they're at such a massive growth rate, but they have slowed down a bit in the past year to a more average growth rate. Even 100% is still a lot, but it's a lot less than jumping like huge percents every single year. They've slowed down towards the past year quite a bit in comparison to their other years, but still a great stock, definitely, if you want to hop into the video game space, especially with Grand Theft Auto. I mean, you're getting crazy IPs that are so profitable in the video game space with Take-Two Interactive. So that is the second stock for today. Moving into the third stock is Adobe. So ADBE is the ticker symbol. If you guys aren't familiar with Adobe, they are the company that creates graphic design platforms and programs. So if you're looking at their full list of programs, it's Acrobat, Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign, Premiere Pro, Dreamweaver, Lightroom, After Effects, Animate, and Bridge. So these are massive, massive programs, especially Photoshop. I use Photoshop every single day to make these videos with the thumbnails for these. I mean, Photoshop is definitely very prominent for myself and many, 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 many people within the graphic design type space, people that are making thumbnails, people that are creating stuff for companies, making advertisements, people that make those Facebook ads, people that make the Instagram advertisements, Google stuff. I mean, like anything across the board, they're using an Adobe software, and people that are paying for these with their memberships, man, Adobe is making a killing, especially with After Effects. I mean, After Effects is like the industry standard now for creating those effects. Same with Premiere Pro. I mean, really, Premiere Pro and Photoshop are like the two industry standard things for graphic design people and web design people that are creating those videos or creating print, like web print type ads, like on Facebook. If they're creating an image, they're going to be using Photoshop, and Adobe has just almost complete market share over this sector within graphic design. I mean, it is, if you look at any type of graphic design job, Adobe, Photoshop, Premiere Pro, like that is the industry standard there. And so they have quite a control over this market and quite a foothold. And over the past year, they've done really, really well, very consistent, steady growth. And this growth has been, you can see the one for the growth rate for the past year. They've pretty much held this growth rate for the past 5 years. I mean, they are just killing it in this space, especially with more and more people doing online advertisements. Similarly with Facebook, I mean, Adobe is the platform that people use to create those advertisements on the internet. So really, really, really profitable company, been doing really, really well. And there's no sign of them stopping because the market share, everybody is used to just being like, oh, I need Photoshop, I need Premiere Pro. People need these softwares, and Adobe is just continuously providing it and making little updates and making it really, really nice and staying at the forefront of this industry. So those are the top stocks for February 2018. And if you guys are looking for a stock brokerage, I personally use Robinhood and recommend them because it is a free stock trading app, no commissions on trades. So if you want to support the channel, you go ahead and click that link in the description, get you signed up with Robinhood. You get a free stock as well. Guys, if you have not subscribed to the channel yet, what the heck are you doing? Hit that dang subscribe button, hit the notification bell as well so you get notified for future videos, uploads, and all that good stuff. Leave a like, leave a comment down below if you have any questions, comments, concerns. But anyway, guys, that's all for today's video. So I will see you in the next one. Peace out.